let's talk about nicknames. So this one might come off as a little silly, but it's not. So stick with me and hear me out on this. I'm going to start with myself, and then kind of like go down this rabbit hole ish of problems I have with people not honoring other people's nicknames. Let's start there. So first, my full name is Jessica. I'm sure everybody's like, what? That's your name? Yeah, my full name is Jessica. I have never gone by Jessica in my life. I am like a Jess through and through. It's my preference. It's what it's how I feel. It's how I identify. I just go by Jess. Okay, fair enough. Now, I think that people are probably already watching this and going like, okay, big fucking deal. You like your nickname. It goes a little deeper than that. And I think that we're going to be able to follow this train of thought together. So for me, the people who have historically referred to me as Jessica and sort of like refuse to call me by my preferred name are people who have been like traumatic to me or cruel in some way, are people who don't see me for who I am, and are people who like really don't give a shit about my feelings. So that's like the correlation between like nicknames and like the seriousness of why you should honor people's nicknames and what they want to be called. A quick little two stories sort of. So I mean, the first being like, and I've talked about this a lot on here before, I do not have a good relationship with specifically one side of my family. That side of my family has called me Jessica my entire life. And it's always been indicative of our disconnection and our lack of relationship. Even the people on that side who I was probably closest to, which again, like let's use closest to, because we're not close. Even people on that side who I was closest to would still call me Jessica because they don't know me. So to me, it goes directly against who I actually am as a person and like questions my authenticity. Part two of that is in business. I, at a certain point, I decided to stop using Jessica altogether. So like if you were to look me up on LinkedIn, which whatever, go to town, like it's Jess Ader-Ferretti. You're not going to see Jessica Ader-Ferretti. My signature is Jess Ader-Ferretti. I sign every email, Jess. I had one client, really nice woman. She was fine. But she was sort of like Bible thumpy, which whatever, to each their own, man, like go with God, enjoy. I don't fucking care. She would always call me Jessica. And I realized over the course of years of working together that she felt like my name being Jess didn't connect close enough to like her femininity. And anytime somebody would like refer to me as Jess, she would sort of like scoff or like, oh, Jessica, or, you know, hey, Jessica, and would always call me Jessica. And like, I'm not doing a great job of explaining how I know that. I just know that there was this correlation for this specific individual, somebody who valued me as a person in the business world. But for this specific individual, there was a correlation between calling me Jess, and like more of a masculine sort of gay energy versus Jessica, which she associated with more of like a feminine vibe. It's not who I am. I am a chapstick lesbian through and through. We could take a moment to define for the people in the back. A chapstick lesbian is not a butch lesbian. I have long hair. I dress like a girl. I like a good pair of boots. I usually get my nails done, although today, whatever. Lipstick lesbian, more like very feminine, wears dresses, sort of like the quintessential woman. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm like a flannel wearing, t-shirt wearing, likes a good pair of skinny jeans, sometimes likes to dress a little slutty, but like ultimately has a little bit of a masculine vibe mixed with a little bit of a feminine vibe. Which brings me to my next segue. Here is why nicknames are important. And of course, these two things are not the same thing, but I think that the example of why a nickname is so important to a person can only further illuminate why pronouns are so important. Over the last year, let's say year and a half, this idea of honoring pronouns has become at the forefront of conversations in a way that it should have really been all along. Now, if you are somebody who refuses to honor another human being's pronouns, you're a dick. That's it, plain and simple. So I've seen a lot of people say, like, I don't understand why people put she, her on their signature, or she, her, or, they, them, or he, him, and whatever they're signing off on or wherever they're presenting on social media. Well, asshole, it's so you can honor them in their authentic self. I don't really understand why that's so difficult, but I've seen it like questioned so many times on the internet in a way that's so gross. Like, why do you give a shit? Truly, I'm asking because I'm curious. Like, why does a person give a shit if somebody who looks female, let's say I look female, and I say, well, actually, my pronouns are they, them. What do you care? I give a shit. My personal pronouns are she, her, but what do you care? Or, if you have somebody who perhaps presents more masculine looking, but they prefer feminine pronouns, what do you care? What does it matter? What does it matter? So the point of all of this, and I know this was sort of like a long walk off of a short pier, is this idea of like honoring other people's authenticity and what makes them feel whole and what makes them feel like the person they actually are. So for me, and it's maybe silly to you, I don't know, if you insist on calling me Jessica, we're not that tight. Like, we'll never be that tight because it means that you don't see me as a person. I go by Jess. I'm a Jess, like through and fucking through. I'm a Jess. Like, there is nothing about me when you meet me, then you're like, oh, Jessica. Like, I have friends that'll say it kidding around, like, whatever, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. I think that's funny. But if you're genuinely still calling me Jessica, even though everything I'm putting out there says Jess, you're ignoring my wishes. You're ignoring my authenticity. And then on, sort of like the same coin, what's that term? I don't know. Same side, different coin, same side. I don't fucking know. In the same vein, obviously in a much more pronounced and important way, are pronouns. How dare you not honor someone's pronouns? Okay, you don't get it. Well, first of all, there's not much to get. But if you're one of those people that's like, I don't fucking get it. What does it matter? Why can't they all just be girls and boys? There's two genders. Da, 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 da. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, are we really still living in that world where we're walking down that 2-gender path? Fuck you. Go do some research. Okay. First of all, that's just not true. People identify in so many different ways. And at the end of the day, it is solely your job as another human being to be a good person. That's all it is. And if being a good person means like taking a step back and being like, hey, I don't understand this, but I'm going to honor it, great. If that means doing some research and understanding better, great. If that very simply means you respecting someone's pronouns or nickname or preferred name or whatever, you're respecting someone's authenticity, and you go home and you say to yourself, I don't like it. Okay, I can almost live with it. Truly, I think you're an asshole if you don't like it, but I can live with it because outwardly you are saying the thing that the person feels authentic about. And that is super, super important. Okay, great. Perfect. I think the point has been made. I don't know, maybe it hasn't. I'll watch it back. And if it's no good, well, I'll post it anyway. I don't really care. Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Coming up on Monday, we have AJ Rodriguez, the behavior mama. She uses behavior like with parenting, which is like nuts.